Hi everyone, today I thought I'd show you my video where I've made Super Bomberman for the ESP32. As you can see, it consists of just 4 components. You've got our display, an ST7735 I believe it's called. The dimensions are wrong, that's what you get for knockoffs. It saved me some money. It's actually 160 by 128, not 128 by 120. As you can see, I've made a 5-button shield myself. Just there's some actual resistors underneath there, but essentially it's just 5 tactile buttons: left, right, up, down, and select, which in our case is pressing bombs to place bombs. Got a mechanical buzzer over here, almost as good as a speaker, but only requires between 1 to 3 volts. But as we're using the ESP to generate all the audio, including storing all the audio, that's the main reason I'm using an ESP32, because it has so much memory. Nonetheless, it has 2 DAC pins, digital to analog converters, so we can create fonts, so we can create audio internally. I'm actually playing WAV files from the original SNES Bomberman, or Super Bomberman. Anyway, because we're using DAC, it'd be quite quiet, so I've sent that to a NPN transistor to make it louder, but that does get rid of my waveforms and makes them all square, so the sound is a bit substandard. I have a PAM 8403 coming in a couple of days to replace this transistor. I'll just place that there, and that will allow me to increase my voltage and just wheel over a bit more. So we've gone over the speaker, gone over the display, buttons, ESP. I'm using this because it's got so much memory, it allows me to do everything in one chip. Now to go over to the clever functions. If you look here, this is my master BMP sheet, which I've actually made the whole graphics library for that display, the ST7735, I believe it's called that, something similar. You can see the comments. Anyway, I had to make the whole graphics library for that. Well, not had to, but there was one originally made that lacked a lot of features and it was slow. Well, it wasn't slow, but not everything was supported by the display buffer. I didn't want to have to do a SPI request every time I sent a bitmap or a font or something like that. So I wrote a display buffer piece of code, essentially. I was going to call it software, either or. Anywho, I wrote a display driver library to drive the display, and I'll explain why I had to create my own library. As you can see, we've got score 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, game over, Super Bomberman. I had to obviously draw all these all myself. Do you like my retro spray paint? I thought it was pretty good. We've got our outer tile, our brick tile. These are the ones that are indestructible. No, these are indestructible. These are destructible, so you can blow them up. This is our explosion shockwave. Imagine 2 of those, one horizontal, one vertical. That would make your round explosion. My library allows me to ignore a given colour and make it transparent, so that white wouldn't actually be shown, just as this grey around the BMPs isn't shown, or the white for the bomb isn't shown. Same for all these. That would all be transparent. Anywho, so all the characters on this game, 4 characters, consist of these 9 sprites. This is him going forwards, this is him going forwards again, so these 3 are him going forwards. If you imagine he's going forwards, and he looks left, and he looks right, and as you can see his hands are swinging, and his feet change. Yeah. This is him going backwards. It looks a lot better when it's scaled backwards. I've been drawing bitmaps for years, so I've had quite a lot of experience. And this is 10 by 10 pixels, so it gets quite hard to make them look nice, but I assure you they do look nice. You'd think that would be like that, but no, trust me, it looks fine. Anyway, so this is him going towards us, this is him looking left, this is the centre one, as in standing still, and then this is him looking right. And then these three are used for both going left and right. So this moment showing him going left. So you can imagine he's left, he's looking at us a bit, he's looking a bit, and it would start back here. And it works its way along, it's a nice animation. And then I would flip that 180 degrees, or just generally flip it, so that I can use it for going the other way. My graphics library allows me to override any given colour, so I don't need to make one for each character. I can very carefully think about how I want each character to be. Well, I'm using the original character designs, so for instance the black character, I would target the white and the blue and change that for black. I'd leave the red the same, and the pink goes for red. So that'd make the black and red character. And then for another character, I'd target the same colours and change that one. So I never need to actually store more than these, and I'm just changing them at the time of sending it to the display. This is actually missing a couple because I've got a small, medium and large bomb. If I just go over, don't worry, I'll start the game in a second. I've got bomb large, medium and small. They're each a pixel smaller than each other. Go back to the master sheet. So we have three of those, large, medium, small. This is our power up bomb. When you collect this, you can place bombs 4 times quicker. This is Death's Touch. When you get this power up, if you touch another NPC, they're dead straight away. And this is the classic power up, kick bomb. So when you go up to a bomb, you can kick it by up to 3 cells. And then obviously you can kick it again and kick it again. Makes it really useful. And this is speed increase. So obviously some roller skates. Or at least I hope it looks like that. Again, it's hard with 10 by 10 pixels, but you click this power up and you can go really fast. You can run around the map. So that's our power ups. We've got indestructible tile, the bricks that you can blow up, the shockwave, going forwards, going backwards, left or right, the bomb. There's 3 of these. Bomb power up, death touch, bomb kick, speed increase, splash screen, game over, score with the numbers that we'll require, and then just me saying this is mine. So that's all the sprites this game requires. If I start the code up quickly, you'll be shocked when I tell you how much. So our icons, whilst they look big, note that this is 3825, they're generally, that was just, that's the splash screen, that's why that's so big. That's the score title, that says score, that says game over. Then these are our 10 by 10 tiles, and then these are with transparent bits, so you'll note that they're slightly larger. Anywho, and then compare that to the sound files. What's the sound file? 96. No, was it 9,600? Yeah, 9,692. It takes forever just to scroll down through them. I mean, it's amazing this all fits in the ESP. There's actually a drawback. Whilst the ESP has loads of memory, it's actually limited to 100 kilobytes, or very close to that, per memory block. So if I made this just slightly bigger, I'd have to then chunk the array into 2 arrays. So if you're going to get an ESP because you want it to have loads of memory, it's 100 kilobytes. Or, yeah, it's definitely 100 kilobytes. It might be 10,000 kilobytes instead of 100,000 kilobytes, but nonetheless, you go over that amount, you're going to have to split your audio into 2 separate files or whatever. So that's our bomb sound. That's only 9,600 because that's only a second long. Still going down. And then find the chunk, and then we've got our background tune. So I'll start it up. I don't know, I've actually forgot why I was going to open this up. I was going to explain something to you. Oh well. I suppose I can explain the NPC logic, but you probably want to see the game running. You probably already skipped to seeing the game run by now, but I'll explain the NPC logic in a second. Now you can see my attempt at Bomberman. Now, I haven't finished it yet. I've only been working on it for 4 days, just 4 days, so it's hard to make it random whilst they don't kill themselves. I suppose I should play the game too, but just get my camera focused. The NPCs can't collect the power-ups, but you can blow them up, which he has. Bastard. So where's the buttons? I'm trying to look through the screen. These cells that I'm in right here were empty just for me for testing because I was kicking the bomb along. Oh, that NPC killed himself. What an idiot. Ah! Oh. No! Ah! Oh, I need to start the game. I'm blowing myself up. I've only used 30% memory and 30% flash, and I've still got loads of space to store more tunes and whatever else. But I'll go over the NPC logic in a minute because it's not perfect. I'm trying to make it as random as possible so that they all don't take the same route whilst they don't blow themselves up and such. But that's easier said than done. I assure you it's actually really hard. Honestly. Oh, he's blew himself up. Ah, I want that power up. No, 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 no. Oh, it's really hard to move when you're going this fast. Oh, ooh, there's an arrow there. I went really fast. And it's cut that tile in half. Oh, well, that's something to fix, isn't it? How did that happen? What actually happened there? I kind of know why that's happened, but it shouldn't have happened. I thought I'd fixed it. It's obviously me getting close to him, and he's got a new direction of travel, and somehow my margins were off. Honestly, it happened again. I'm sure it happened because I clicked get the power up. I just want to recreate an error quickly. Oh, he blew himself up. Where's the bum kick power up? It's hiding under one of these tiles somewhere. Yeah, do you see that? I just saw that. Yeah, look, we've gone up into the tile by one. Well, I need to fix that. It'll be quite easy. Oh, shit. Ha! He got stuck on his bomb. That's an error I already know about. I will fix that. What's this? What's it saying? I've got an error being printed out. Yes, I hit an NPC, but he's meant to be going the opposite direction to me. I can see that he's going backwards, forwards, he's hitting something. Well, it's just a couple more errors to fix. But it says I've hit an NPC, so we've actually overlapped. So we're trying to move, and his PX is actually inside my PX, so I just need to fix that by one PX buffer so that he can't ever come to my range. But that's essentially it. There's a few bugs to fix. The run speed, I probably forgot to adjust the margin for when I'm moving by 2 pixels rather than 1 pixel. So that's something to fix. And then I knew about the error with the basically my margins say that if you hit a bomb or you hit an NPC, turn around. And that's relying on them not actually colliding them completely. In my case, the area just saw then, oh, there's the bomb power up. that area you just saw then basically had overlapped each other. You constantly get stuck there. Oh, they both died. At least you got a score. Yes, they're overlapping each other, and therefore it's saying they can't move because they're constantly colliding. So I just need to work out the margin for that quickly and adjust it for the run speed. And I want to add a bit more randomization. Oh, is he going to get stuck in a circle? That was a networking trick I used there to make sure there weren't consistent loops, because it's actually quite hard to make sure they just don't go around in circles whilst making sure they don't hit the bomb that they're on. And to that extent, there's not a single array here saying that they're previous locations. This is just done purely by just them knowing what's in front of them, literally just checking the cell in front of them, and then checking the cells around them. It's obviously a bit more complicated than that. Oh, there's the bomb kick parrot, that's the one I wanted. I could get there and show you that, that'd be quite cool. As long as he doesn't blow himself up in the meantime. So even like these bricks changing colour, I'm just getting the 565 colour and adjusting it. Oh yeah, I've got the bomb power up there. So now I can kick bombs. Only... Oh, I blew myself up, I think. Or he blew himself up. I need to work on that intro so it doesn't just quit and actually shows who dies. So yeah, just a couple of minor bugs to work on. But again, this is 4 days work, so I've just been literally bashing it together. If you're still here, I can quickly explain how the NPCs work. So essentially, they always try to make sure they don't go back the direction they came. So they have a direction 1, 2, 3, 4, that's left, right, up, down. If they're going left, then they obviously can't, if they're going left and they hit one of these brick walls, they're going to try and go every direction except for the direction they just came. So if they're going left, they don't really want to go right, they prefer to go another direction. If the route is blocked, they're going to try and place a bomb. In this case, you see they're placing a bomb. Oh, he keeps doing that. I need to work out. The problem is with this random seed in the ESP, I haven't got the Wi-Fi connected or anything like that. So the random seed's not actually random. So that's why it's so predictable. So I'll fix the random seed. I might even buy a random seed chip because they're so cheap. And then I can at least fix this. Oh, you're going to die. Yeah, idiot. So I need to work on my NPC logic a bit more. This little line down here, I've dropped my display. Ignore that. Sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. But that's my version of Super Bomberman. I actually believe it's the only one that anyone's ever made for an ESP or an Arduino, because it is really complex. I could make Mario in 2 days compared to how hard this game is, because they have to navigate a maze whilst making sure they don't blow themselves up whilst trying to stay random. It's a nightmare. You're basically creating an algorithm to navigate a maze for 3 different people in one algorithm. Yeah, whilst making sure they don't hit the bomb that they were previously in without ever recording their previous locations. I'm very strict in the amount of memory that should be used. So the only thing they know is their current location. And then when they call a function, it would check the cells in front and around them. That's all they ever know. Well, and there's a function that tells them at the beginning, pick an enemy. So if I'm here and he's here, pick an enemy, whoever, and then just constantly know which direction he's in. And that's called the preferred direction. If they can't go the preferred direction, try and go another direction. Make sure that direction isn't the direction that you previously came. Is in when it's going forwards, try not to go backwards, unless if you can't go forwards and you can't go left and right, then you're forced to go back the way you came. That's essentially all the algorithms need to do. But yeah, I spent most of the time making the bitmaps and stuff. I quite enjoy coding these little games, though I've never actually coded I've only ever coded a few games in the past month. Snake, Asteroid, Space Invaders. This is my 4th game. I'm learning a bit from it. I've been coding for a few years, so I know my code, but I just don't know game mechanics. But I've been enjoying it. I hope you like it too. Cheers.